Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farms, and today I'm going to spread rock across this little dirt area. I've got two dump trailer loads of rock on the other side of the building. One is larger rock, and then the other has the crushed rock down to the fine powder. So I've got this small job that I actually need to get done today, but the bigger purpose of this video is for me to establish the capacity of the dump trailer in terms of bucket loads of different material. Because if you're picking up material from, say, a rock yard where they have scales, you can know what 5 tons of rock looks like and not have to worry about going over capacity. But on the other hand, if you're doing what I need to do, which is haul 100 tons or more of dirt across my own property, it's a little bit harder to know how much material you have in the dump trailer. And the initial reaction might be to say, why does it really matter, right? Just fill it up, haul it, dump it, and don't overthink it. But in this case, I think I might be smart to overthink it a little bit, because if I completely fill my dump trailer with rock, I could put 15 or 20 tons in there, and the trailer could never dump it, and the truck couldn't really pull it, and it just doesn't make sense, right? So you have to know approximately how much material you're hauling if you want to be safe about it. And how do you find that out? So my methodology is to establish how much material will fit in my bucket of both the skid loader and the tractor, and then find out how much all of the common types of materials weigh. So right now I have a 5-ton pile of rock that I'm moving with the skid loader, and I'm counting buckets. And this is one of 2 methods I'm going to use and kind of cross-reference those. So, spoiler alert, but it took 6 scoops of rock to move that whole pile. Now if we look at the numbers, by an online bucket capacity calculator, my skid loader bucket should hold a half of a yard of material. A yard of crushed rock is 4,500 pounds, which means I should have 2,200 pounds, or about 1 ton per scoop. This was 5 tons, 6 scoops with the bucket. Those numbers come out about right. Now, I'm not going to sit here every time I want to do something and do that math. I can just have those little shortcuts memorized that I should only put about 6 scoops of rock into the dump trailer at a time. Do the same math on dirt. Dirt weighs about half as much by volume as the rock does. Now this even varies by types of rock and types of dirt, because wet dirt is a lot heavier than dry, loose dirt, for instance. But it's a good enough number to me to feel like I can safely handle it in the dump trailer if I have one number for each type of material. So based on online calculators, I should be able to have 9 scoops of dirt per dump trailer load, or 25 skid steer scoops of mulch per dump trailer load, which basically means I can fill it to the top with a dry mulch. I've written all these numbers down for the skid steer and for the tractor, and also a conversion rate between tons and cubic yards. For instance, with the crushed limestone, it is 1 yard of limestone is 1.22 tons, which means 0.8 cubic yards of limestone is 1 ton. All of this might seem like overkill, but I'm a numbers guy. And I did a real world test with the bucket, and then I ran the numbers, and this just gives me some simple rule of thumb answers to keep in the back of my mind. So the tractor bucket is 0.25 yards, so This bucket holds almost exactly half as much as the skid loader bucket. So you can double all of the numbers I just gave for how many scoops per load. And in the real world test, I got 6 scoops with the skid loader and 11 scoops with the tractor bucket. So all the numbers make sense, and I now know how much weight of material I'm putting in my dump trailer at a time. So with the tractor, that means 10 scoops of limestone per load, or 18 scoops of dirt, and 50 scoops of mulch. And in all of those except for the mulch, your numbers will be exactly the same, or almost the same, regardless of the size of your dump trailer. So a 7x12 and a 7x16 can hold the same number of scoops of dirt, because there's only a few hundred pounds difference in what the actual trailer weighs, and what really matters for this is how much capacity you have on your axles and on the actual dumping bed. As much fun as it is hauling rock with the dump trailer, I'm going to have a couple triaxle loads at least brought in pretty soon. More than that, really, because I guarantee I need at least another 150 tons of rock to finish everything I want to do around the buildings and put some parking area on the back side of the shop. All right, well, I accomplished a little bit of a job here. I got some perspective on how much materials I can hold in each bucket. Felt like a fun little project. I appreciate you taking time to watch this video. I hope that you either found it informational, educational, or comedic, and any of them work for me. So I'll put links over here to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.